Hi everyone, you're welcome back to my channel. I'm Luchke Styles and I share intriguing sewing tutorial videos and pattern drafting. So if you're in a sewing niche, you definitely want to hit on that subscribe button because it's never going to be a thing of regret. So in today's tutorial, I'll be quickly share with you all how to cut and fix your perfect side pockets to your pants or to your trousers. So if you're also interested in learning how I made these pants or trousers I'm putting on right here, I'll be linking the tutorial to that video in the comment section. So without much ado, I'm just going to get started with today's tutorial. So before fixing or attaching your pocket, you must have already drafted your trouser panel, right? So right now I have my front panel of my trouser, the two right sides facing each other. So on my waist at that point I marked 2 inches. So I'm going to mark about 7 inches now from my waist downward like this. So you don't mark this to get up to your hip line, right? So I am going to connect this from that 2 inches in a slanting manner to this 7 inches. So after that, now I'm going to cut this out exactly the way I marked this chalk on my fabric. So you can see right there, and exactly on that 7 inches I'm going to make a notch at that point. So I'm going to get the remnant of my fabric and I'm going to fold it into 2 so that I can be able to cut out a pocket for this trouser. So for this pocket, I'll be marking a line across because at that top part my fabric was unequal, so it will be my guide. So from that line there, I'm going to mark 10 inches downward, and that will be the length of my pocket. So for the wideness of my pocket, I'm going to mark out 8 inches. So you can mark the desired length or inches of pockets you want to have. If you want yours very deep, you can mark extra inches more than what I marked right here. So after cutting this out, after drafting this, sorry, I'm going to cut this out, and this will be 2 pieces. So I placed the already cut out one on my fabric and also traced this out. So here is what I have after cutting this out. Remember I said 2 pieces of this. So I'm going to get my front trouser panel and I'm going to show you all how to cut out your pocket. So right here, I'm just going to remove one part of my trouser panel and I'm going to work with one part, and this is the left part. So I'm going to ensure that this piece I cut out is facing wrong side with the wrong side of my trouser panel, as you can see right here. So you can see that the right side of my fabric on my trouser is facing the camera. Same thing with the other piece which I'll be using as my pocket. So I'm going to arrange this properly to make sure that the hip line touches at the edge of this piece I'll be using as my pocket, and it also aligns at the top part, that is the waist area. So following this shape, I'm going to cut out and stop exactly on the notch which I made on this my trouser. So after that, I'm going to bring this out, and by the time I want to stitch this, I'm going to place it right sides facing each other. So just like that, I'm going to follow that shape of that line. So I'll also repeat the same thing for the other panel of my trouser by placing this my piece I'll be using as my pocket, wrong sides facing my trouser panel. Okay, so if you watch carefully and properly, you understand what I mean right here. So the wrong sides are meant to face each other, the wrong sides of your fabric. Okay, so you can see that the right side is also facing the camera, and the right side of this piece I'm using as my pocket is facing my table. So this is like the 2 wrong sides are together. So I'm also going to trace out this shape which I already have right there. So I hope it's clear enough for you to understand. So what I'm going to simply do next is that on that shape which I traced out, I'll place it right sides on my trouser and I'm simply going to stitch. So before that, I'll first of all have to join the crotch or the flap, some people call it flap or crotch, of my trouser using just half of an inch. So I like doing this before fixing my pocket. So right now I've fixed that and I spread this out. So I'm going to be fixing my pocket. So I am going to place that part, you see that part which I traced out with the sides of my trouser. That is what I'm going to be facing right side to my trouser this way, and I'm just going to make a stitch from my waist and stop exactly on that notch. So emphasis on that notch, please. So after this, now I went ahead to top stitch. So you're going to top stitch that little piece you have left over on top of this piece, which is your pocket. So I went ahead to do that, and while you do this, you're going to see a difference, right? So I'm going to flip this over this way, and I'm going to get this way, and I'm going to ensure that this part I have right here tops exactly on the edge of my pocket. So I'm going to drag this. So watch carefully, you will realize and everything I'm doing right here is clear enough. So you're going to drag this to stop exactly on the edge of this pocket, and as you're arranging the sides, you're also going to arrange the top part. So you're going to make sure that all of these pieces aligns properly, so making sure that none exceeds the other one, right? So this is it, and after arranging this properly, you go ahead and pin this down. And for that part where I notched, I'm going to stitch from underneath that point using 1/2 inch all around, as I've made this illustration using my finger. So that is how we are going to stitch. From the notch underneath, you're going to raise your trouser up, and from that part to stitch. So I hope every explanation I did here was clear enough, right? So I'll do that for the two pockets, and this is what I have. So yours should look exactly like this. If it doesn't look like this, you didn't get it right. You have to redo it, right? So facing it the right side, this is what I have, and you can see that it is deep but not too deep, so it depends on your preference. So I'm okay with the depth of my pocket. So guys, this is simply how to cut and fix your pocket to your trouser. I hope you found this very simple and very helpful. So after that, I went ahead to join every other part, and I ended up achieving this. So like I said, if you want a tutorial on that, the link will be in my comment section. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate. And if you're yet to subscribe to my channel, please kindly do so. It's never going to be a thing of regret. So thank you all to my subscribers and my future subscribers. See you next time on this same channel. Bye.